Check out this awesome match between Catch Cowboys versus your mom's favorite tag team.
Knows of that.
Let's go.
Ooh, and we're right out of the gate per a lot of high pressure. But I do not want to be the man in charge of having to push somebody like Brandon Ruiz around. That is a solid man with some solid balance and some very, very aggressive skills.
And up and down.
Oh,
goes
boy.
to the back.
Yep, immediately going for the back. Not able to get the hooks, but he still is maintaining the top position.
Squirming.
Oh, that is some impressive scrambling to get back to the feet off of that. And they have broken hold, and we've got a tag, and Star-Lord is coming in.
For both teams.
A lot of respect again. Definitely a size disadvantage for your mom's favorite tag team, but sometimes size isn't everything, like we saw in that triple threat.
Yeah, you're right.
And we'll see whether over the course of 3 falls, we're getting a little bit of gamesmanship, a little cockiness, trying to be a little irritating. Definitely need to watch those heads because, oh boy, butting can be an issue there. Ooh, tried to go with that.
Quick take to the back.
Almost ended up. Ooh,
there it is. Got that leg lock.
Oh boy.
Deep.
That lays deep, but he's going to have to go for a rope break. He saved his own. He saved his leg doing that.
Another quick tag.
And this is a situation where we are doing 2 out of 3 falls, the dos de tres, and that can build strategy. But it also comes down to the physical aspect of things. Will the big men wear down and the little men pick up their speed? Will the little men just be out muscled and wear down on their front? There are, once again, so many little variables in this game, and one little mistake, one little misjudgment can cost you everything.
This would be a great time for him to tag up and use that advantage for that 5 count.
Yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, that's something I did not consider because, yes, they were right there in the corner. That would have been a great position because you think it's tough having a man that size on you. Well, let's put a man another size on you and have you wear him down even more. Because, again, this has to be something where you have to think, I have to do this again almost immediately. I'm not going to get the rest that Strangle City is going to get. So these guys have to start thinking a little bit more strategy and a little less grandstanding. Once again, we do have some aggressive behavior because we are working on those tie-ups. We are being very active on the feet, but once again, we don't have a lot of time. We are dealing with 5-minute rounds. We are working with a 2 out of 3 falls format. So they're doing a lot of feeling around. Oh, and as soon as I start talking trash about a lack, we have another rope break.
So the fresh guy in.
Yep, we are getting some fresh guys, but once again, we do have a size disadvantage. We are going to see some aggressive behavior. Hopefully we'll be, thinking more strategy for in the ring because they are doing the right thing for catch-as-catch-can rules, which is keeping things in the middle, keeping things right in the middle. But now we're starting to back people back into
there's a quick tag, and they're going to take advantage of it.
And you notice he quickly retreated, but this is such a bigger man.
He's got
that in deep, but he's out of bounds. He's out of bounds, but there was a tap. There was a tap.
He got it.
There was a tap on the butt. And like we've talked about, every time that move gets put in a position, if you've ever watched Sakuraba versus Renzo Gracie, or Sakuraba versus Hoyt. And there's the bell. They're coming back out. A little bit of respect. These are, once again, very, very competitive men, but respectful men, despite any sort of showboating or theatrics on their entrances. And they are working hard. Oh, he's got that leg, but it's showing great balance, staying on the feet. And now they're going to have to the double team. So we're going to be able to go right for that neck.
To it.
It happens. Those ropes aren't soft, and those blades of those forearms aren't soft. So it's real easy to catch an eyelid, an eyebrow, a nose, a lip on something that's going to tear it wide open. But you just got to put that in the back of your mind. Just think, we'll super glue that shut later, but for now, I got a match to win.
Yep. We'll see how much it does affect him, especially being right above his eye.
Oh, yeah, because it does become a worry, because it can lead to a stoppage.
It does. Try to go for a quick leg sweep there and was not able to catch it. Now, again, they're in the corner. Great job of using the advantage of the tag.
Yeah, they are being very good at getting people getting the opponent into the corner for the double team. They just haven't been able to really do much with it. I don't feel like they went over a lot of strategies for it the way Strangle City did. But once again, even if all you're doing is putting an extra 240 pounds on a man for 5 seconds in a combat sport, that's going to sap his energy. That's going to take his endurance away, and that can pay dividends down the road.
It wears on you.
But now we got a fresh man in, but we're just not seeing the kind of explosive. Not sure what just happened here.
And what's to stop them from using that two-man advantage in the corner continuously from a tag?
There is nothing stopping them. I mean, unless you have a strategy built around it, though, the way we saw Strangle City do. Oh, we got an eye poke here. But again, we are seeing a big size and strength advantage / disadvantage in this matchup, and I just don't see a lot of strategy from the smaller men on how to make that work for them. We're not seeing strategies based on, dropping and looking for sweeps. We're not seeing strategies based on going low for those ankle picks. We're not seeing the type of strategy you would need to compete against a bigger opponent with that type of strength advantage. So even though in the tie-ups it is kind of being neutral, we're just not seeing them able to put much together as far as something that'll mean something for a finish or to take the points away for a win at the end. And they're also blowing a lot of energy. I hate reiterating this so much, but after this, they got to face the very fresh Limb Reapers, and they're blowing their energy left and right, dragging this one out.
And you can see the strategy for both teams is not so much taking shots, but a lot of arm drags, right?
Yeah,
a lot of arm drags for both teams.
Yeah, they are very much, even though this is a tag team match, you see them competing as singles competitors in a tag team. They're not thinking as a team. They're thinking as individual men doing individual matches with the occasional tag team. The strategy behind it, just I don't see it here the way I did in the previous match. Not to take anything away from these men, but I just feel like whoever wins still loses because they're going to have blown so much extra energy.
It is a lot of energy exerted. Now we can see them using it back in the corner, and this is, again, a great time to use that two-man advantage. Now here it is. There's a tag for himself.
Oh, and a big takedown off. Oh, just put the weight on it. Put the weight on it there. He's able to maintain the pin.
Now see, there's some confusion there because he didn't realize the guy has been tagged for a while.
Oh, and a great reversal.
Watch his neck.
And almost had that reversal. Almost had that sweep. And that type of chaos is just what's allowed during that 5-second count for the double team. It can be very dangerous. You could be sitting on top of a man in the most dominant position. Guy runs up behind you, puts you in a toe hold, and that's that. There's nothing you can do about it. Them's the rules. And here we have a little bit of great offense from the. I agree 100% because the big men, they can wear down. They have a bigger body. They're carrying around, I'm going to guess, probably 50 pounds more than their smaller competitors. And the deeper that goes, the more that feels like carrying a backpack full of rocks compared to the guy you're up against.
And you can see the quickness and the agility of your mom's favorite team when they're in there.
And here we come out for the next round. These 5 minutes, once again, like we've discussed, 5 minutes can feel like nothing when you're trying to put strategy together, and it can feel like an eternity when you're getting tired.
And we're starting to see hands on knees.
And this is why it becomes, tried for a fancy sweep, but he did not pay the price for it. His opponent might not have known what to do with it. Oh, another nice little sweep
there. That's power right there.
Oh, that is power, but the power's still there. And we got the double team.
Yep,
but again, they don't seem to know what to do with the double team. It's just simply a bum's rush, if you will. But he's still being aggressive, but now they're going into the other corner, and they're not trying to double team. They're not going for the tag.
But you can see the agility in him, and that's going to wear down on Catch Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, they are definitely
he is moving
the momentum is officially in their corner. But like I said, I'm becoming concerned because the Catch Cowboys are not using the corner rules to their advantage. They're getting a little bit pushed around. They're being outworked, and they're not taking advantage because they can use their size ×2 to really put some weight on somebody, really put them into a bad position so the single competitor can maybe finish them off. But again, these are two teams that are not competing as teams. They're competing like two singles competitors in a tag team match. This is a hard thing to prepare for. This is a hard thing to practice for because this is the first time it's ever been done. So there's a lot of room for error and a lot of room for growth because everybody in that ring would 100% whoop my butt, whoop your butt, and whoop the butts of everybody watching around the side. They are some tough men, but once again, sometimes toughness isn't enough. Strategy has to come into play. Smarts has to come into play. And you just don't think about one little aspect of the match, and that could be it for you.
And we've seen Catch Cowboys take that first round. Second round, there was really no one who took that. But I think that they really have to have a definitive win on this one. To be able to let it go down to the decision, I think they have to get a fall, a submission, some kind of definitive win for your mom's favorite team to be able to put this in anyone's hands.
And I do not envy the judges if this does go to a judge's decision because we have not seen any definitive point deductions for the most part. We have not seen high amplitude throws where you are thrown where your feet go over your hips. We have not seen rope breaks off of submissions, but we may see one here in a minute because that looks awfully tight. Oh, and out of bounds. Nobody wants to lose a decision that could go either way, so I'm hoping to see something definitive happen here.
You hear right there, 2 minutes, so the time is running down. And he's just too big.
Yeah, anybody who's wrestled, anybody who's grappled knows that your best move sometimes just hit a brick wall when you have somebody that much bigger, that much stronger. And now it's one of the first times we've really seen them think as a team going for that double team. But it just doesn't seem like they're doing a whole lot with it or can do a whole lot with it. He was very smart. He knew he was about to be double teamed, so he just stuck his head down and hugged very tightly to not give up his neck or his arms in any way.
Great takedown. That's just pure power.
That was just a steamroll. But now we got a double team, so it becomes meaningless. Yeah, people forget the niceties. People forget the details. Got to be you got to hold on to that rope. It's got to be over the top of the rope. It can't be under. That gives you a couple extra inches, which it cannot be fair. But hey, sometimes we've all wished for a couple extra inches. Am I right?
You're right about that, my man. It's going to be interesting to see if he has any burst left to get maybe one more takedown.
Yeah, because there is not a lot of time, but there's enough time to finish it if you got something up your sleeve. But it just seems like everybody kind of comes from a strategic point of wear them down, suck them down, work on position, not an explosive submission hold, except for that Kimura we saw earlier.
We're coming down to it. I'm probably saying about maybe less than a minute left to see who's going to end up going to the finals.
Yeah, because we do have one definitive, beautiful submission hold fall in all this. But other than that, it's been very close, and it could be argued either way. They really need to watch those heads because they are butting. They are butting quite a bit. We don't want to see anybody getting busted open. We don't want to see anybody getting cut.
There you go.
And that was those matches where you could make a very strong argument for a rematch at the next show.
Yeah, you definitely can. And
Catch Cowboys move on. But
check out this thrilling Middleweight Championship showdown between Nicholas Tarpley and Jacobe Jones in the Middleweight Finals at Sho Pro 3.
Introducing first in the corner to my right, fighting out of Denver, Colorado. He has spent the last 8 years wrestling for Team USA in Greco-Roman competition. He is a 7-time All-American. He has red fruits. He is Nick the Lumber Tarpley.
Big pop from Mr. Tarpley.
We have two hometown boys done good here in the finals.
All-American.
The All-American versus the U.S. national team member.
In the corner to my left, fighting out of your mom's house and wearing your
Jacobe.
pants. He is a four-time
three-time NCAA All-American.
He is a three-time NCAA Division II 2A champion. He is a four-stripe Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt, and he holds a 3-0 record.
And he's not only is he a man of the people, but he's honest.
They're keeping it real. You just won one more in my book, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is everything that I could have hoped for matchup-wise here in the finals.
This is really different than I thought this bracket was going to go, but I'm really happy to see this matchup.
It has been poetry, and it has been strategy, and it has been fascinating all night, man. We have been treated to some truly spectacular Shoot Pro wrestling here.
It's not over yet. I don't know about you, but I got a little butterflies.
Whoa! He came for the flying head scissors a la Rey Mysterio.
This is going to be interesting, whether he decides. I mean, obviously he's going to wrestle with him, but he's more folk style. He's going to be shooting a lot more. Obviously, Tarpley's looking for the Greco.
Yes, and he's got much more of a well-rounded skill set with MMA, jiu-jitsu in his background.
That's what I was thinking. He's probably got the submission advantage, whereas Tarpley might have the pinning advantage. I mean, obviously, a long-time Team USA member. And we're not talking shit about D2, but I mean, there's a big difference between a D2 All-American and a 6-time World Team member.
That's exactly right, or even a D1 All-American.
Yeah.
Famous story in professional wrestling when an actual wrestling match broke out between Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
And Brock was a much larger, younger man, but there are levels to this game.
Yes, and you cannot put it past Kurt Angle.
No, and the Olympics and the national team is the highest possible level. As good as to be a national champion in college is, that is only the entry to the Olympic level of this game, and you are seeing it right now. He's got a tremendous control.
He's looking for the twister or the wrestler's guillotine.
Yeah. Oh, and we've got a rope break. Fantastic work of the rule set. Both gentlemen, they're getting into the nitty gritty, and this is going to be fun. We got a restart, neutral position from the feet. What is it? Feinting the kick. Feinting the kick. He just did, a little showmanship, trying to throw his man off.
Tarpley looking for that throw by.
That may not work in the way you wanted it to if you give a guy like Tarpley. Beautiful topside control.
Oh,
the Greco guy getting a Greco.
Down. Rope break.
Rope break again. Yep. Great use of the rules.
Yep.
Great use of the rule set.
Yep.
Oh, we're getting some heel action going from the crowd.
Very clear.
Oh, yes.
That the foot works as a rope break.
Hey, but the crowd is on their feet here in the finals at Shoot Pro Middleweight Tournament Championship. We are seeing some skullduggery, old chap, and we said it. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Exactly. Oh, right to the front headlock. Oh, he's looking for the guillotine. Oh, he's down. Shoulders staying up.
Oh, that's my line. There's the third rope break.
So there's 5 in championship matches.
Take full advantage of the rules. Yeah. Rumble, young man, rumble, because you are in there with a monster.
Oh!
It's interesting, too, because Greco guys don't normally get to use their legs. So
No.
you see the little foot sweeps and the little knee taps, and they're definitely
very Steve Mako-esque.
Yeah, he's probably feeling like he has the blinders off, the restrictors off right now.
He's like, I can do whatever the hell I want. It's a great thing to see. Take these high-level wrestlers, take all the restrictions off, and say, hey, just kill each other.
Yes, this is a fantastic final matchup. Strategically, stylistically. Yeah, we got the Greco guy showing a bird of a different feather. Oh, and we have a cradle by Jacobe.
Oh,
he's looking to frame him up.
He might need to switch to the neck here, go back to the guillotine.
Yeah,
he's thinking about it.
He's threatening it.
Thinking about it.
He's definitely utilizing that. Oh, and now we have a rope break. The shoe is on the other rope break foot.
The crowd saying he's trying to push him out, or the corner.
They are working. They are working. This is a strategy style. He's got a Beautiful. Yeah. There was a tap. It was that quick. Not tired at this point. Your second fall in the finals. Third,
We've had all these matches. Nice. He's shooting that outside single again.
Beautiful.
That was what led to the beginning of the end. So interesting to see Tarpley go back to it.
Yeah, Tarpley's trying to open up that playbook. I think he's tired of everybody gearing their stuff against his Greco, perhaps, or maybe he's just trying to keep him honest too. Yeah, yes, very, very good call, my friend.
It's just like we say in the submission game. You go low, high. You know, go to the legs, come back up high. Same thing in the wrestling. He's trying to make the legs go back so he can go into those shoulder throws.
Yeah, and get his opponent a little bit more into the mindset of defending traditional wrestling double leg attacks, and then that's when he can go back into his Greco body lock work.
Yes, exactly.
The knuckle grip transitions are really interesting to me, seeing someone at that high level and the way that he's utilizing those grip transfers.
Yeah, it's all about hand fighting.
Beautiful
nice
athletic double.
He's on the guillotine, though.
But he's floating over the top.
Oh, he's into a
great job
cradle.
going for the cradle. That guillotine. Oh, did he get, was it counted? Did we get the fall? Yes.
Yep.
That is a 3 count for the second fall.
Wow. Impressive. Your winner.
Your winner.
Jacobe.
Yes.
Jacobe Jones.
Jacobe Jones.
Inaugural Sho Pro Wrestling Middleweight Champion, Jacobe Jones!
And Otis from WWE's collegiate teammate.
I wonder if they're going to give him the mic. It's always a dangerous move. Given
Let's keep it going with another match.
Well, he definitely earned
Refereed
it.
by our
If
Sho
everybody
Pro
gets a mic,
President,
it's this
UFC
man
Hall
right
of
here.
Famer, and
He's
first
got the
UFC
show.
welterweight
It's
champion, the
good.
Croatian sensation.
All right, Pat Miletich back with Brandon Riggins out of Massachusetts. Brandon, active military, also a sheriff's deputy in Massachusetts. Look, man, normal work for you is stressful, high speed stuff. MMA and catch wrestling, maybe a step down for you. I don't know, but your opponent is definitely geared up for you. What are you thinking for tomorrow night, brother?
Hey, Pat, like you said, this is normal stuff for me. I'm used to dealing with high stress levels, high emotions, high everything. I'm used to competing under that kind of stress. So I'm ready for this. He says he's redeemed. He says he's a coming to God, coming to Jesus. He's definitely going to meet his maker tomorrow.
Hey guys, UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich here with Blade Ott out of Bismarck. He is one half of the legendary, the historic Catch-as-Catch-Can match that's going to be going on here. First time in 100 years, mind you, we're bringing catch back to the United States in a big way. Blade, tell us a little bit about your background and what you plan on doing tomorrow night.
Yeah, so when I was a young man, I was conflicted, always looking for something to do with my life. I ended up getting in trouble with the law, went to prison at 17 years old, and eventually got out when I was 20. And I found the Lord, and then I found out that the Lord's calling has got me doing all kinds of things, choking fools out, putting people in arm bars, and fighting. So I get to come in here and showcase my skills. I'm going to end this match by any means necessary. I'm going to try to pin the All-American because that's what I do, confident in myself. So thank you for this opportunity, Pat.
The peaceful pastor.
Coming out of the blue corner, Brandon Riggins.
There he is, Brandon Riggins. I recruited this young man from my alma mater, from Coach Charlie Vlado. He's a New England state champion out of Norwalk High, a multiple-time JUCO, junior college All-American.
Coming out of the red corner, Blade.
Yeah, Blade, this guy is a giant. Blade is 6'5", 206 pounds. We did a 215-pound catch weight. He is undefeated in North Dakota.
For the first time ever in the state of North Dakota, wrestling out of the blue corner, a professional debut fighter. He stands 5'10", weighing in at 215 pounds. Fighting out of Springfield, Massachusetts. Let's give it up for Brandon Riggins. Wrestling out of the red corner, a professional wrestler also making his catch wrestling debut. He stands 6'5", weighing in at 214.2 pounds. Fighting out of the capital city of Bismarck, North Dakota. Let's give it up for Blake.
Oh, man. Jake, the energy here at the casino, man. The Skydancer Resort and Casino. Amazing. A literal diamond in the rough. As you see, special guest referee Pat Miletich, and let the action commence.
Yeah, this is a hot room, man. The crowd is hot. You got UFC Hall of Famer
Takedown attempt there by Brandon. Nice sprawl by Blade. Blade with a go behind.
It's that reach, man. Blade's got.
Oh yeah.
Watch out for the pin, Blade.
With that shoulder up. Blade's got to watch his blades here. This is a 3 count or submission.
That's it.
And you see Brandon there getting on top and riding Blade. Looks a half Nelson attempt there.
Looks like a cradle.
Oh no, the cradle. Yeah. He's got his head in there for a nice cradle. Again, 3 count or submission. Brandon takes it back once again.
You know, look at Blade. Blade's the stud, man. He's undefeated in MMA in North Dakota. The guy's got 6 grappling wins. Whoa.
Yeah, he is a seasoned grappler. We're going to see how he's affected by the rule set here, and if it benefits the All-American wrestler.
Yeah, that's where I was going with this exactly, Matt. I think that, you know, I'm noticing with Blade, he's already doing a lot of wrestling moves like cradles, you know, shoot in the half. These are things that I think could be a problem for someone.
Looked like he was going for a head lever there and then went back to potentially a cradle. Now he's taking the back of Blade off, the undefeated MMA fighter.
Yeah, Blade's got to get up. This is a bad spot for him.
Yeah, Blade runs the risk of attempting to pull guard instinctively and getting pinned.
Yeah, now mind you, what we have seen in other catch matches with jiu-jitsu guys, you can run it, you can play guard, you can do a guard strategy. Now, it's definitely not a crowd favorite, you get booed, but if you're there to win it, as long as you keep your shoulder up, you can play guard. I've seen it done.
Absolutely. The Rosensweig match against Corinne Jacobs being one classic example. Looks like he's going back again in the head lever position, something that I know he learned from Coach Vlado. He's got good control of the hips of Blade Ock. And Blade doing a good job avoiding the pin. He goes to his back temporarily. Again, this is the
look, he's keeping that shoulder up.
Yeah, it looks like he might be going for...
With Blade, what you notice, this is what Billy Robinson used to tell me about the catch rules that made it more action-packed, is Blade is exposing his arms every time he tries to keep his shoulder up. His arms are exposed for switch.
Yeah, great active hips, though, by Blade Ock. Blade looked like he was going for a double wrist lock on the far side there, but he was still controlled by Brandon, and really good active hips by Blade Ock to buck the All-American wrestler.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how conditioning plays in here as the match goes on as well. These are longer periods than normal grappling.
That's it.
Both men. Nice, beautiful throw.
Yeah,
by Brandon.
There by Brandon Riggins.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
That's it. Get that shoulder
And,
down.
looks like
Get that shoulder down.
Yeah, Blade's got to watch his shoulders here.
Yeah, he's got
to be
hits, like you said.
It's got to be a departure too for Brandon with the 3 count as well. Brandon with great control, making Blade carry his weight here.
There you go.
Taking the back. Looks like he's trying to get a choke. Does he have it?
Yeah, he got the
yes.
I saw it.
Blade
right,
got the choke.
Ball.
Let's go, Brandon. Good job.
First ball goes to
Brandon, rather. Yeah, Brandon Riggins gets the choke over the much taller Blade Ock. And we're just going to continue round 1 to clarify the way it works here. 5-minute rounds, and after the fall, the round continues. It does not stop. So we're still in round 1.
This is a variation on the Sho Pro rule set. This is the very first ever catch wrestling cage match.
Yeah, and great control there by Brandon as Blade looks to go for a double wrist lock on the far arm of Brandon. Time, okay, so just to clarify.
That was the time.
Yeah, Man, it's a very even matchup as we begin round 2.
Here we go.
See a little hand fighting, jockeying for position. I am impressed thus far with Blade's wrestling. Oh, Blade going for a jumping front headlock guillotine there. Man, and Brandon sent him crashing to the mat.
Whoa,
oh man, attempting to figure 4 that leg, and Brandon having none of it with a nice go behind.
Yeah, you know, Brandon his reaction like IQ is amazing. He really responds well, very quickly.
Yeah. And Blaydock attempting to hip into his opponent, into Brandon Riggins.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah. Oh, he's sinking in a choke.
Oh.
Blade sinking in a choke. Does he have it? The old
That's
sleeper
looking,
hold rear naked choke.
I can't
UFC
see.
Hall of Famer, Sho Pro president, Pat Miletich, close to the action. Oh, and Brandon taps out.
Whoa.
Man, Jake, you got a seesaw battle here.
This is why we have the best of 3 falls.
So Jake, we should clarify here. We're going to continue round 2. Next fall wins. Some hand fighting again. Man, I'm really impressed with that choke from Blaydock.
Well, he looks like he's got a little confidence right now. I don't know if he's going to do that jumping guillotine trick, but he's definitely confident.
That was awesome.
Uh-oh, here we go again.
Nice sprawl there by Brandon. One there on the bottom from Blaydock. He's been really good at controlling the hands of Brandon Riggins for the most part. But Brandon's been doing a great job of controlling his hips. And I'm wondering if we may see a pinfall here, Jake, from the wrestler.
Well, that's the thing I was thinking. Like, I'm really, you know, Brandon, the guy's an All-American. He's definitely a stud, no doubt. But I've been impressed with the ability of Blaydock to adapt to the catch wrestling rule set. He is definitely playing his game, but he's keeping his shoulders up.
Absolutely, and with those long legs, Brandon on top now. Brandon looks like going for half Nelson, maybe going for a pin here. But with those long legs of Blaydock, he could potentially get a squeezing body side headlock there, way high. It looks like a pin attempt there from Blade.
Yeah, that was a good bridge, though, out of Brandon. He didn't let it happen.
Yeah, Brandon got very strong, solid hips.
You're right. Look how Blade is controlling Brandon with his legs, though. That right leg of Brandon is stuck. He just worked it out. Here, uh-oh.
Man, it looks like you see those long legs of Blaydock, and they're not active right now. He's got to get those hips active.
That's it. He's got to get up. He's got to stand up. He's in a bad spot.
It looks like Blade has him in jeopardy for another choke, potentially.
Yeah. He's setting it up right now, sleeper.
Yeah, it looked like Brandon may be going more for a face lock. It looks like Blade is tucking the chin there.
He doesn't have it. He got out, and he reversed it. Ooh.
Great go behind there by
Blade.
You
got to wonder where's Brandon is gassed right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Blade, he looks to be a little high here, going for the choke.
Yeah, I think he might shake him off. Ooh, he's in trouble. You don't like Brandon? Don't like that.
Brandon's in a lot of trouble here. Using those long legs. And you know, you see that beautiful scoop there by Blaydock. Really impressed with the hips of Blade in this matchup.
And you know, again, I keep it, you know, obviously Riggins is just a stud, but, you know, I really have to commend Blade's attitude. Not only that, he didn't butt stick.
He did it again.
That crazy jumping guillotine.
Oh, man, what a match, Jake. This is an evenly matched here.
Yeah, people are
Sky
getting their
Dancer
money's worth, man.
Resort.
We're getting all 3 falls out of this one.
You know, Mariah Prusha putting on a great card here, defying the fight. UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich, also Shoot Pro president, our referee. And that will be the end of round 2, just to clarify. So just to break things down for the fans, it's Brandon Riggins 1 fall, Blade Auk 1 fall.
This will be your 3rd and final round. At the end of 2 rounds, the match is tied 1-1.
Man, this crowd is loving the catch wrestling rules. I think we might know we know that Shoot Pro appeals to the pro wrestlers. We know that Shoot Pro appeals to the grapplers. Well, now we know Shoot Pro appeals to the MMA crowd too.
Absolutely. And, you know, variety is the spice of life. And these folks have been treated to some fine MMA fights here from Mariah Prushin to Find the Fight. But, you know, this is back to the future. We're taking combat sports back to the future here with Catch As Catch Can in the cage.
Here we go. Let's go. Crowd's hot.
3rd and final round. Both guys jockeying for position here.
Power driver. Well, you know, the thing that Shoot Pro solves is a lot of times for those of you that have been around the game for a while, you know, if you go to a judo tournament, a jiu-jitsu tournament, even a scholastic wrestling tournament, sometimes it's a little boring. I'm just going to be real. But with the Shoot Pro rules, with having a submission and a pin, I mean, this is a perfect example. And the athletes, one's a wrestler, one's jiu-jitsu, and the action has been nonstop.
Absolutely. And you see in that collar and elbow tie-up exchange here, both guys tend to be a little weary here at this point. Nice fake there,
I think they're tired too.
Oh, and a take. Speaking of which, takedown attempt from Brandon Riggins.
Oh!
Beautiful sprawl, and we may have a choke. We may have a finish here from Blade Auk.
Oh, you got it. Is it?
I can't tell. Looks like he's more of a face lock. Brandon doing a great job tucking his chin,
He had nothing.
which is the key
he didn't
here.
have it.
And, you know, I talked earlier about the figure 4 body scissors and those long legs.
Yeah.
And you see Blade utilizing that now. Jake, you know, as a grappler, you get a good squeeze. And you can make a guy tap just with that figure 4 body scissors. We get those long, powerful legs of Blade Off.
Yeah,
Brandon,
and not only that, you could get this is bad for Brandon, but yeah, it's also suffocating because he's cinching up around the diaphragm. You can't get a good breath, and you're already gassed at the in your 3rd fall, 3rd round. Shake him off.
Absolutely, and you know you see that here, and you see, oh, looks like Brandon's turning into him. That's what Brandon needs to do. He needs to turn his hips in.
Yeah, ring awareness on Brandon Riggins. Really strong ring awareness here.
Absolutely. He's been cross-training for some time with MMA and grappling. All-American wrestler, so he knows the submission game. He proved that in the 1st fall. He's turning in, and again, those long legs, a beautiful figure 4 body lock.
Belly down.
A Blade Auk, very impressive.
Get the shoulders.
Oh, look at Brandon turning into him and cradling the leg.
Down. Shoulders down.
And Brandon gets the pinfall.
Wow.
Oh my!
Look, even Miletich is playing this one. That is a great match. Job,
that grappling exchange, Jake, is what Shoot Pro Wrestling is all about. Brandon Riggins on the verge of losing, and he gets the 3rd fall and the win, making Norwalk Wrestling and Charlie Vlado proud. Brandon Riggins, the All-American out of Springfield, Massachusetts, with the win. Getting his hand raised by Shoot Pro President, UFC Hall of Famer, Pat Miletich, special guest referee. What a match, Jake.
And your winner, fighting out of the blue corner.
Score of 2-1, Brandon
Riggins.
Man, you see the hand raise there. Brandon Riggins, he had to earn that win.